All right, so let's quickly try to add some error stuff down here. So what I'll do is go to the courses. No, this is the course landing page. This is the HTML file that we created in the view that's course edit tabs. That's the one there. So what I want to do is put those error thingies down here. So we already have those things in the sign up page. So we'll just go to the sign up view. And here they are. So there's this one, if empty, blah, blah, blah. Now, what I want to do is just grab, I don't think we even fixed the issue here where they were showing up at the top. So let's see, let me copy this and let me come back to this page. Right on the title, just after it, I'll paste this guy. And let me just write, this is an error. This is an error. Let me see how that looks like. So I'll refresh and there it is. This is an error. The only problem is it's an input group, so these guys are showing up as part of Flexbox, so I don't think even adding a break tag will help, but let's try. Yeah, I didn't think it would help because there's Flexbox there. Anyway, what we would do is it could actually help if I put width 100. Let me try that. Let's see. Ah, there it is. It did solve the problem. Okay, so this is an error, right? Cool. But I only want this error to show certain times. So let me copy this. Let me put this here again. I want to see if it will show up in different places and not on the same place. Okay, very good. I don't know why the sign up page failed to do this, but this is what I want. So what I want now is just to grab, to make sure that each one of these has the class or the ID titled correctly here, or maybe let's use class names, no problem. So I'm just going to call this one error and then dash and then call it by the name it has here, which is title in this case. So error title and then put a space. This one is named subtitle, so let's copy that and put that here. Okay, so I'm going to copy the whole thing, and this is text area, blah blah blah. Okay, bro, I'll put this here. This one is description. Okay, error description, and what's next? Let's see here. We have this guy just after the select. Let's add that there. This one is language ID underscore ID. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so an error, an error, an error. That's nice. So we're just going to do this for every one of these guys. Okay, paste. This one is level ID underscore ID. Let's come down to this select, paste, and this one is category ID. And there's another select here, subcategory. We are not doing anything yet with this, so I'll leave it be for now, but why not? We can just add it there. We'll say sub category underscore ID. Okay, same here, paste. This one is currency ID underscore ID, and this one price ID, so price ID underscore ID, like so. Primary subject, same thing, let's put it here. Interesting, it's not tabbing to the right place. So primary subject underscore subject, and what else? Okay, I think that's about it. We can figure out what to do with these other guys later. So for now, we have errors everywhere. Okay, so it looks pretty okay. Cool. Okay, so once we've done this, all we need to do is now hide the actual errors. This is the sentence, this is an error. So I'm just going to select every instance of this is an error and delete it. Backspace. Okay, that's cool. So now we have no errors, right? It's nice and clean. So all we need to do now is go to our JavaScript courses view. Okay. Now in here, we zoom in, so we have save and we alert, and then we disable the button. What we should do is after this is to check if, let's say if obj dot errors, if this is a thing, so we'll say if type of object errors is not equal to undefined, or you can just say it's going to be equal to an object at some point. So if it's equal to an object, it means the errors are there and we don't need to disable this button, right? We can disable it on the else statement, maybe, but we'll alert because whether there's errors or not, we need that alert. But here what we can do now is do a for loop and say for obj dot errors dot length, and then once we get this, oh, the only problem with this is we need the keys, right? We need the keys. So we want to use this for loop. We're just going to say for key in obj dot errors. This way we have the keys as well. Now the reason we need the keys is because we need to know where the particular error is supposed to go, which object. So in this case, we're just going to say document dot yeah, this might present a little bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do is this. I figured there's an issue I've forgotten here. Okay, let's see. Anyway, we'll fix it when you see it. Document.querySelector. We want to select one item at a time, and this is a class. So we say dot, and it's got error, and then it's got a dash, just error dash, and then the key itself. So we say plus the key. Okay, this is going to tell us which object this is, and then we say dot inner HTML is equal to, we say obj dot errors, and then that particular value of that key, just like that. Okay, so we're looping through the errors and then supplying the particular error to the right error div or element. So here let me put a 2 and see if I get that error. So it said please fix the errors, and then there it is. So course title can only have blah 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 blah, as you can see. Just like we need the category, right? Category is required. If I don't select a category here and say save, you see a category is required, so it knows exactly where to put these things. The only problem is if I remove this, and this is safe now, right? Photography, I've removed the number, but I haven't selected the category, so this one is a valid error, but this one isn't anymore. Now if I save and do that, you see that it still has that error even though I have fixed it. And that's because we are not reading all of these guys. So we can easily solve this problem by going here, and every one of these small, where is this? Small class, these guys with error like this, if I select all of them, okay, let me just add one more class to them, to each one of them, and this one is going to be called error, just like that. Put a space. That way I can grab all of them and clear them before I add new information. So here there's this, but what I would do is, if there are errors, actually even if there are no errors, I should clear them first and then check if there are errors and add those errors. So right about here, I will do this. I'll say var error containers, that's what we'll call them, is equal to document.querySelector all, and then we are grabbing everything with dot error. Is it errors? Wait, I even forgot what it was error singular, so error like that. So once we get all of these guys, we'll loop through all of them and empty them. So I'm going to say for, and then it's going to be error containers, and then I'll say dot inner HTML is equal to an empty string like that. Okay, so it's a good idea to what's this? To put comments. So clear all errors, and then show any errors like that. So just comment your code as much as possible. I do forget a lot of the time to do that, but you can do that in your own code. So with this, if I refresh now, and let me try to put a 2 here, try to save, it will tell me there's a problem. But then if I don't select a category, but I put that in order, I will get this. You see that error is gone, but this one exists. So at least we have validation here. We just need to put validation for the rest of these in the model itself, and then we'll be done.